Hello, what's good, guys? Yep, I'm live. All right. So, morning. Cheers. Mhm. Trying to get this all set up again right quick. So, little behind this morning. Um, did that work? Yeah, it did. It's just I got this thing on mute. Hold on, let me turn the volume down. Somewhere around there. All right. Oh, wow. Talk about falling behind, right? So I don't even have the background set up. I've got nothing set up. Wow. Let's see, which one am I going to? Let's go to DigiByte. How about that? But let's change the fade to about 34. Let's see. Yeah, fade at 34 works. Seems to anyway. Double check my audio. For some reason, sometimes the audio switches on me. I don't know why. Microphone, Yeti, and speaker is correct. All that's good. All right, now we're good. Cheers. So, today on this old house, this rental property rather, got a lot going on. Scaffolding came in. I got the paint sprayer, which is a airless paint sprayer. It's the Graco Magnum X7. Anyway, specialty tips on it, special wands for it, doing the waterproofing over the brick and then going back over the waterproofing with paint. 2-story brick, which has been elevated 5 feet. It's a duplex. So the other side now, I'm going to be taking the profit from crypto and putting that into the renovations and everything. So far from this previous market cycle, I took out a lot of profit. But what I'm trying to share with y'all is that through a multifamily dwelling of rental property, there are different tax deductions of which you can do and even carry forward 10 years versus your capital gains. So instead of me paying capital gains tax, why not pay myself equity? So that's what I did. And with this, so far, I put about $300,000 into this rental property, completely transformed it. My budget, I've got $70,000 left to now put into the inside of next door. Now, mind you, I've already done other things like granite kitchen countertops, as well as the same granite window sills in every window. Now so that's already been done, paid for. The windows have also been bought and paid for, so I've got those two things out of the way and I got 70 grand left to put into the property. So that's what I'm doing now. From Hurricane Ida, though, I still have other issues going on. Contacted the insurance company again. So I believe I checked all the boxes as far as mold growing. So now I've been ripping sheetrock and drywall out, finding and exposing where water leaks are coming from, hired an engineer to expose and to point out where water is coming from, and have followed the engineer's report to the T. The deductible on the insurance has just been stupid. But whatever, it becomes 4 times your normal deductible if it is a named storm, like a tropical storm or depression or a hurricane. So whatever your deductible is on your homeowners, multiply that by 4. That's what you're dealing with. So when you hear people saying that they can't afford their deductibles, that's why. With a named storm, I've got neighbors with blue tarp roofs still from Hurricane Ida. Alexa, when was Hurricane Ida?
On August 29th, 2021, Ida
2021.
was a Category 4 hurricane in Louisiana.
Yeah, Category 4.
Leaving millions without power.
Yeah,
As
no
the
doubt.
storm moved across the Northeast, Ida brought dangerous tornadoes and flash floods that killed at least 82 people.
Yeah, I had a tornado go right over me. Look further in the playlist here on YouTube. I didn't have a way to get out. I spent the night under the stairwell here and did a video. I wish the audio would have picked up what it sounded like. So now I understand what they mean by it sounds like a freight train coming through. So the eye of Hurricane Ida passed right over me. So I'm near the Kenner Metairie area part of New Orleans. So more so the Metairie area near Causeway. So yeah, the eye passed right over me. So it was really, really bad. And that was why I made an offer on the rental property across the street, because I was going to buy it on the cheap because, well, I saw the destruction and, you know, it was just completely destroyed. It was a complete gut job. It was about to be a tear down, a complete demolition job across the street. But I was going to go ahead and buy it, demolish it, the interior, and just keep it for the next bull cycle of crypto, and just clean it up, bleach it, all that kind of stuff, and get it ready, you know, for more capital gain tax advantages, or tax advantages versus capital gains. But yeah, so anyway, right now what I'm dealing with, the tenants next door are moving out. I thought they were going to move out last night, right? But whatever. They're going to be moved out by the 1st of September. So they're going to be moved out. Contacted the insurance company, informed them several things, you know, tenants moving out, lost wages, rent, lost revenue, other issues going on. So that was... Hurricane Ida was 2021. So yeah, it's now gone way past the damages from Hurricane Ida. Now it's getting a bit out of hand. So I'm hitting the insurance company up again, SafePoint Insurance. And we'll see what happens from here. Now, next door, I begin, of course, after every tenant I go through, I run a camera through all the sewer lines and whatnot, so that way I know if, you know, everything's clear and cleaned out and everything's done and everything drains properly, because I've had that issue before, where, you know, little Johnny flushes a Super Mario Kart down the toilet, and a solo cup, mind you. So then I had like one toilet upstairs that didn't flush, but yet the master was fine. It's like, oh wow, how did this happen? So yeah, by running a camera and then put a magnet in it and then find it where it is to cut the drywall out, then cut the pipe. I have a plumber do that. I'm not doing all that. And then, you know, fix the pipe. So, and pull the solo cup out. That was a nightmare. But look, I've seen it. I've been the rental property go-to guy since I was like 12, you know, for the family. So, you know, I've seen all kinds of craziness. And anyway, I've got to go through, do a video, shoot everything, take note of the damage. You know, they were concerned about their deposit being refunded. Look, these tenants have been with me 7-8 years, something like this. Everything on the inside needs to be painted, freshened up, cleaned, everything. I don't And then with all the drywall and insulation coming out, and then all the flooring coming out and being redone right now, I don't really care. I'm just going to issue them back their security deposit. So they've been with me this long. I never once went up $1 on their rent, even though everywhere else around here has. I wanted to just keep them happy. And, the numbers just worked. So it's like, it does well for you, does well for me, we're good. But now at this point, now I'm looking at dropping another 70 grand into the property. So this will now total $370,000 that will be going into this property total. But my goal is to have next door up, ready, fixed up. I'm giving it 4 months. So that way I'll be ready for January 1 to list this property on the market on Airbnb. Now, after a ton of research and finding out, the Airbnb for short-term rentals is about roughly 4 to 6 times the current income or revenue or rent of the area. So with rent at $2,100 a month, is that 96 to 144 grand a year? Might be, but even if I only do half that, how else is the blind cookie boy going to be able to invest more than $1,000 a month in crypto? So here's how: residual income, and the and increase the property value. And look, what's the worst that happens here, right? I got the tax deductions and whatnot. I can even carry them forward 10 years if I wish. Versus my capital gains of that of crypto. So that's all of this is a tax write-off to begin with. Then I get, instead of paying capital gains taxes, I pay myself equity, and on top of that, I end up with something fixed up really nice in the area, fix up the area even, and then it generates income. And what's the worst that happens here? I end up with one house that's fully completed. I mean, this is 2 houses. Each of them is 1,850 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, with walk-in closets and a hot tub and extra storage. So there's no one else in my area. And the cool thing is, well, the worst that happens is I end up with one house completed, fully done, furnished, everything, while then working on this side. So, and generating revenue to invest in the crypto. Now, I've worked out my numbers and figured out everything. So anything after $16,000 is pure profit. So everything after $16,000 is going back into crypto at that point. So if I'm able to generate $100,000, that means that $84,000 will go into crypto. If I generate $50,000, that means $34,000 will go into crypto. So whatever is left over after $16,000 at the end of the year, that goes into crypto from this. However, when I worked out the numbers, I figured out that even after all the expense of fixing this property up into an Airbnb, I figured out that I financially I can survive for 20 months without even $1 of rent as income. So from what I've got built up on the side. So I have not figured out how the blind cookie boy can earn more than $1,000 a month to invest in the crypto, other than set up this property as an Airbnb, and then anything above and beyond that dollar figure then goes into crypto. as a dollar cost average investment. I mean, this is how I retired. This is my job. So, um, yeah. Today got a lot of stuff going on. The representative from Sherwin-Williams is going to come back out today for the waterproofing of the exterior. I've got a bit I've got to do as far as the scaffolding is concerned. The safety pins. Yeah, I don't, it didn't come with enough safety pins. So I went and I bought some hardware to go ahead and make certain, because as I go up the scaffolding, right, it's 17 feet is the 17 feet worth of scaffolding. But when I put the posts in on the sides, and then I pull the clamps and then go to lock it into place, and then if I go to move it up, it actually grabs sometimes the side posts and lifts the side posts up and out. I don't want that. I want more safety pins. So that way I'm not 17 feet up in the air and then trying to lock it and take it up and then accidentally taking the side posts out of the scaffolding by accident. That is just not a good thing. I understand, most people are not going to run into that issue. I just makes me feel more comfortable to put that in, be done with, and not have to deal with that. Because, well, once it's built, there's no issue. But as you're building it or as you're taking it down, really. So let's say you go to take the platform off above you, then you go to take the side arm off. When you go to take that side arm off is when the side post can then be removed at the same time. I don't want that. So I'd rather be able to take that side piece off, or be able to take the platform piece off, the front and the back side, and without the side pieces coming undone. So just a little added precaution just to do. So why not? But yeah, today we're about to go have some fun. Get this Loxon XP. It's a waterproofer for masonry. So we're gonna do that. I just hung up the phone with LAS for windows, and the windows are going to be scheduled somewhere around mid-October for install, which is good because I've got to remove, 3 bedrooms of ceilings on the second floor next door. So all the ceilings have to be removed, all the insulation, as well as every exterior perimeter wall is coming down, as well as the insulation. Then I'm doing spray foam in the cavities in between the studs, which is 2x4 studs, or really 1.5 by 3.5 is the actual measurement. It's a 2x4 is not 2 inches by 4 inches. It's actually 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches, but whatever. Old construction was 2 inches by 4 inches, but it's no longer. Hasn't been that way since the 90s, as far as I know. It could be the 80s, but in the 80s, I was just a child. So anyway, whatever. So a lot is about to go down here. A lot of drywall. The baseboards, quarter round, door casings and doors, all of that is getting removed and replaced. The carpet on the second floor, as well as the baseboards, doors, door casings, all that on the second floor is going to be removed and replaced. I'm probably going to end up milling my own. Yes, I know I am blind, but I'm still talented. I have a table saw. I have a router on a table, so I don't see the issue really for me with taking added precautions to milling my own milling all of my own woodwork, really. So by doing that, I cut such costs down. I mean, an 8-foot section of just door casing is like $30 right now. So it's just crazy. I can go buy like a 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of MDF. If I wanted MDF, I can go buy, pine, a 16-foot board, say 6 inches tall of pine, and I can miter it and install it, of course, primered and whatnot, but primer and paint, install that, and then another piece of molding on top of it, and then it looks like a really dressed up baseboard. No one will ever know the difference, you know. Then you don't end up with uh, trim work that is just generic from the box store. You end up with something totally different. You can do all kinds of woodworking in such a way, but I'll do a bit of that, but my goal is to have this Airbnb uplisted, running, and generating revenue by the 1st of January. So that's the goal, and that's what I'm after, is that residual income. So instead of earning just a few bucks on it, long-term rental, why not see what I can do now that I'm in the position to fix the property up in such a way to see if I can generate more revenue in such a way. If it doesn't work, whatever. Like I said, I can still go 20 months without $1 of revenue. So I'm good as far as I'm concerned. And with an additional $70,000 to go into the property. And like I said, so far I've dropped $300,000 into this property, and I want some returns. So we'll see what this does. So anyway, just a quick little update. Look, I know I'm rough. I'll get cleaned up here shortly. I just been going at it a lot lately, and wish all y'all the best. So, I just could not figure out for the life of me anything else that I can do, being blind, where I can earn this kind of income. So other than rental property, so through the trust. So run everything through the trust, not my social. That's the secret that they don't want you to know if you're disabled. So anyway, with that, y'all be cool. Go make it a day. Later.